Okay, so next up we have page 2 of Unit 6 review. So use the line below for each of the following. It says draw a perpendicular line to the given line and write the equation of the line you drew. Okay, so a perpendicular line, okay, is really talking about the slope. And so a slope of this, we need to know the slope of the current line before we can find the perpendicular line. So the current slope is up 1 over 2. So our current slope is 1 over 2. So the current slope is 1 over 2. And the perpendicular slope, what you have to do is find the inverse of it and then the opposite of it. And so it should be 2 over 1, and then we have to make it the opposite of it. And of course, you could write this just as -2. But I want to make sure you understand that we are taking the inverse of it, which is just flipping it over, and then the opposite, which is making it negative. So if this was negative, this would be positive. If this is positive, this is negative. So they're opposite signs of each other. And then we're going to draw an equation. So if I put a dot here, I'm going to say that my y-intercept is -3. And then my perpendicular slope should be up 2 and then -1. Up to -1. And you can also go down 2 and +1. And then I'm going to draw my slope, or draw my line. And so it should be -2x, y equals -2x. Just put it in the y-intercept form is fine. Okay. Number 12, it says, or number 13, it says fill in the blanks. All right, so image 1 to image 2. Well, let's actually get our little guy out here. And we are going to draw image 1 on here. And we're going to try to, it looks like it's rotated, right? But the question is, what is it rotated around? So is it rotated around the origin? I don't know. So let's put a dot at the origin and we'll match it up. Oh, look at that. It is rotate 90 degrees. We're going to say counterclockwise around or about okay. Next up it says image 1 to image 3. All right, this one looks like it might be a little more complicated. So if we try to just rotate it, it doesn't rotate up there, but it gets us pretty close. So what we can say is rotate 180 degrees. And it doesn't matter if you go clockwise or counterclockwise, so we don't have to be specific on that because it gets to the same spot. And then we're going to shift it 2 spaces to the right. Or we could say translate x plus 2. Okay. All right, next up, number 14. It says, use the line of reflection to reflect the given point and create its reflection image over the line of reflection. Holy smokes. All right. So we have our line of reflection, right? And then it says, use the line of reflection to reflect the given point and create its reflection image over the line of reflection. Okay, so here's our line of reflection right here. Okay. And it's wanting the slope of, slope of the line. So our slope of this line is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4. Oh, I could do a 1 over 2 right there. 1 over 2. I'm sorry, 2 over 1. So 2 over 1. And then our perpendicular slope, if we remember we just talked about it over here, you flip it and make it negative. So, or the reciprocal and make it negative. And we have -1/2. Okay. And then it's asking for the coordinates of P. All right. So it says use the line of reflection to reflect the given point. Okay, so what you can do here is, since we know the perpendicular slope, what you can do to find the line of reflection is find out how many slopes, like slope triangles, away from your line of reflection is, and it'll be that same number on the other side. So this one, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And so we have a rise of 1 going up and down, and a -2 rise. And so we can continue in on that, where we go 1, 2, or sorry, 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 1, 2. And there is P prime. And you can see how it's the same distance here. We got 1, 2, 1, 2. And so P prime is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. Okay. What is the equation for a line of reflection that reflects B to B prime? Okay, so it's really similar to the last one. These are kind of getting into the tougher questions, right? So you should be looking at your slope. It always has to do with slope when we're talking about line of reflection. So if we look at our slope here, we have 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So our slope here is a 1/2 slope, a -1/2 slope, and then it's asking for the line of reflection. Well, lines of reflection have the perpendicular slope to the given slope, right? So you're going to have a 2x for your line, and now we need to just figure out where that line is going through the middle. Well, the middle point between the two is right here, right? And so it's always about that middle point, like what's halfway in between. And so we went 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So that's got to be halfway in between. And then you have, what is your y-intercept? And well, in this case, it's 1. And that will give us the ability to now go up 2 over 1, and then down 2 over 1. And there's our line of reflection. Okay. All right. So that's it for this video. Going to get you guys in